Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. Thanks, Alicia, for that. As Alicia mentioned, my name's Jeremy Williams. I'm the Chief Business Officer here at PropertyGuru. And I'm going to kick off the afternoon for you, briefly tell you a little bit about what's in store for 2019 and beyond at PropertyGuru. Before I do that, I wanted to really welcome you to the summit. I know your time is very valuable, so we really do appreciate you being here this afternoon. Hopefully you'll find the afternoon sessions very informative, lots of learnings for you. So again, thank you very much for being here. Before I start, I wanted to give you a little bit of background about myself. As Alicia mentioned, I'm the Chief Business Officer here at PropertyGuru. I've been in this role for the last 2 months. Prior to that, I was the Chief Operating Officer at PropertyGuru. Prior to joining PropertyGuru, I worked in another marketplace business, which is really around auto. So a business that's very similar to SG Carmart here in Singapore. And that was a business called Car Trade in India. So I joined as one of the first management team of this business about 8 years ago. And over the course of 8 years, we grew the business into India's leading auto marketplace. We went from, when I joined, 10 people, we went to 2,000 people. We raised large amounts of institutional capital for some of the world's leading investors, Temasek included. We did some large acquisitions, and ultimately, as I said, built India's leading auto marketplace. Before that, I worked in the finance industry. So I worked in the finance industry in the US, in Singapore, and also in India. I'm married. I have 2 kids. My daughter turns 14 next week, so things are starting to get interesting at home, and my son is 12. This is actually the 3rd time I've been here living in Singapore. So I lived here in 2007, 2008, and I actually lived here in 1974 as well as a very, very young baby. So I feel, it's really great to be back here in Singapore. I feel very honored and privileged to be living and working in this fantastic city. So that's a little bit about me. Alicia. I think you guys are all very familiar with PropertyGuru here in Singapore, but I wanted to give you some context also about PropertyGuru in the region. We are Southeast Asia's largest property technology company. The business was founded and started here in Singapore in 2007. So this year we are celebrating our 12th year, our 12th birthday this year. But outside of Singapore, we also operate in 4 other markets. In 2011, we entered Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand. In 2016, we entered Vietnam. And as Alicia mentioned, last year, we raised $200 million from KKR, one of the world's leading investment funds, and expanded our presence in Vietnam to take 100% control of the business there, batongsan.com.vn. And I think one of the similarities across all these businesses, and we'll talk a little bit about this today, is we are very much a consumer-focused company. And in all these markets, we are #1 with the consumers. And that's really important for us, being #1 with the consumer, because that then allows us to deliver value to you, our agent partners, and we can have shared success. So I think if you see some of the numbers here, we have 5 leading marketplaces, over 2.4 million property listings, over 21 million consumers visit our sites every month, over 21 million. We have 800,000 sales inquiries every month, and we have over 45,000 agent partners such as yourself. So I think for us, we're very proud of what this company that was founded in Singapore has gone on to do. We are Southeast Asia's largest property technology company. We are ambitious. We're looking to continue to grow and build the business, and we're really looking forward to partnering with you to do that. As I mentioned, Singapore is where our story started in 2007. And we are clearly Singapore's leading property portal. And we believe we do deliver real results to you, our partners. 8.5 out of 10 property seekers are on PropertyGuru. That means we have a market share of 85%. That means every time someone is on a property website in Singapore, 85% of the time they are on propertyguru.com.sg. And that dominance with the consumer is really important for us, because I think for us as a business, that is where it starts. How do we really reach out to the consumer? How do we engage the consumer to make sure that when they come on PropertyGuru, they have a fantastic experience, right? Once we do that, we can deliver value to you. We can deliver value to our agent partners. We have over 5 million property seekers coming coming to PropertyGuru every month. And this focus on the consumer has also allowed us to increase value to our agent partners. So year over year, our leads to agents are up 18%. All right, so I think, again, the business was founded here in Singapore. We are doing very well here in Singapore from a consumer engagement point of view. But I think the challenge for us is, the way things move so quickly in this industry, we can never take things for granted. So we need to continue to move quickly, and we need to continue to innovate. Wanted to give you a brief sense as to where we're going as a company. What is sort of our 5-year objective? And I think in order to look forward, you also need to understand where you've come from and look back. And I think if you have a look at PropertyGuru, we really have done a great job on the first element of discovery, right? Helping consumers find, helping consumers search for a property. And that was really our focus, I think, in the initial 7 or 8 years of PropertyGuru. I think we're now moving to a world, and I guess we all feel this as consumers, there's so much information. There's almost information overload. Here in Singapore, we have about 160, 170,000 listings on PropertyGuru. So the challenge for us as a business now is really, all the listings are on PropertyGuru. The challenge is, how do I make sure that I can display the most relevant listings to SOSI, for example, right? That's the challenge for us as a business. And for that, we need to understand the consumer. So it's all about consumer data, right? Unless I don't know, where SOSI works, where she likes to go out, where the kids go to school, it's very difficult for us to tailor those listings and become relevant. So for us, we're on a journey from discovery to relevance, and then ultimately to outcomes. We want to help consumers actually close property. And this doesn't mean we want to become an agent, right? This means what we want to do is help the property closing process for consumers become much more simple, right? I think one of the challenges with consumers is really around financing. For example, in Malaysia, loan rejection rates are 60–65%, right? That's a challenge for our consumers, that's a challenge for our agents, that's a challenge for our developer partners. So I think when we look at outcomes and closing, it's really about how do we help the consumer actually get financing so they can close the transaction that they really want. And our mission is really sort of to help consumers make confident property decisions. So everything we do is really around making sure the consumer can make a confident property decision. As I mentioned, we are a consumer-first platform, and that really means, making sure we capture the eyeballs of consumers, making sure when consumers think about property, the first thing they think about is propertyguru.com.sg. So as a company, we are very focused on the consumer. We're also very focused on talent, our own employees. And the third constituent in this company is you, our agent partners. So these are the 3 most important people and groups within our company. My colleague Vivek, who runs product, Director of Product, Consumer Product, is going to be speaking a little bit this afternoon about how we think about a consumer-first approach to product. I'll talk on some of the products we've launched already this year: Quality Photos Guide, PropertyGuru Lens, larger card tiles, and Spotlight. On the agent side, I think for us, what we're really focused this year is really giving you insights. We want to partner with you to drive your business. We want to see you become more successful. And I think for us, it's really about giving you insights as to how you can grow your business. So we'll speak specifically about 2 products, Listing Performance Insights and Market Supply Gap. And these are 2 products where we are really trying to drive your business because, again, we see this relationship very much as a shared success. So again, as I mentioned now, just going to talk about some of the recent innovations and enhancements. I think most of these products actually we've already launched in 2019, so it's been a very busy start to the year for us from a product perspective. A couple of these products are actually going to be launched very shortly. So this is one product that we've already launched, and it's Listing Performance Insights. I think there's two key elements around this product. The first thing is we want to help agents track their listing, right? Track the performance of their listing. So I think what's really important for you is understanding how my listing's doing, right? I mean, how many views has it got? How many phone reveals has it got? How many calls have I got? How many messages have I got for this listing? So I think that if the first step is giving you that insight, the second step is really then, okay, so what? What do I need to do? So the first step is giving you the insight, but what we're about is really then making sure it's actionable, right? What is the next best course of action for you? Should you repost this listing? Should you boost? Should you spotlight it? So I think this is a product that you'll see out there in the market, and again is really designed to help give you prominence to your listings. This is a product that we're going to be launching shortly, and it's really around market supply gap insights. I'm really excited about this product, and I think it really leverages on the strengths that we have as a platform. I think one of the great things is obviously we're a platform, so we have demand and supply data. So on the demand side, we know where consumers are searching. We know where the hot areas are. For example, I think in this example on the screen, we're looking at demand in District 10 Bedok. Right? And you can see on the right, the demand for 3-bedroom condos in Bedok is very high, right? We have a lot of consumers searching for 3-bedroom condos in Bedok. But we know on the supply side, actually, it's very low. Right? So there's a sort of demand-supply imbalance, right? So these are insights that we can help give to you to help drive your business. So the opportunity here for you is, okay, let me go out and try and secure a listing in Bedok, 3-bedroom, right? Because I know there's strong demand there, but actually the supply is limited. So again, another example of how we're sort of trying to help you grow and expand your business. I think one of the most exciting consumer products we've launched, we launched last month, but it's I think the most exciting consumer product we've launched in quite some time is Guru Lens. And I think Guru Lens really showcases two things for us as a company. It showcases the fact that we're a consumer-first and a consumer-led company, and I think it also showcases the fact that we are at the forefront of property technology here in Southeast Asia. No other company in Southeast Asia has this product. So I think we're very excited about this, and I think it's also it's come from our focus on consumers, right? The way we as consumers have changed in the last 2-3 years is amazing, right? When you think about Grab, you think about Netflix. Similarly, the way we search on Google Maps, we use voice now. We don't type in a destination. So I think what we at PropertyGuru try and do is adapt to what the consumer wants, and the consumer is searching for properties in different ways. And the use case for this is, I've been out at lunch, I really in a new neighborhood, really like the location. I see a condo building there, well, it'd be great to live there, walking down the street. So I basically take out my phone, open up the PropertyGuru app, and point the camera at the condo. And straight away, I have all the information about that condo, what's to buy, what's to rent, information about the condo. So I think for us, this is something we're very, very proud, very, very excited about, and I think really showcases the fact that we are very much focused on the consumer, and we are really at the cutting edge of technology here in Southeast Asia. So I think let's just hear a little bit about what consumers think about PropertyGuru Lens. One of the areas we know, we've been in business now for almost 12 years. One of the key things we hear from consumers is really around photos. And we've obviously spent a lot of time with consumers. We listen, we do a lot of focus groups, but we also look at data. And what's very clear is that consumers prefer quality photos, right? We see listings that have quality photos have much higher conversion ratios than those that don't. So for us, that we've had a real focus on increasing the quality of photos that we have on the site. And I know, this is not easy for a lot of agents because we are trying to change behavior here. But from a consumer point of view, it's really, really valuable. And I think, we know that listings with better quality photos have higher conversions, right? Which mean, more leads for you as agents mean more conversions. So we were planning to do a hard launch of Quality Photos Guide this coming Monday, the 25th. I think in talking to our agent partners, we have heard that you would like more time, to get previous listings, photos that are actually blocked, to get them up to standard. So I think, one of the things is we do very much listen to our agent partners, and we've heard that feedback. So I think, we are going to be delaying the hard launch of the Quality Photos Guide that was scheduled for this Monday, the 25th. We're going to be delaying it by a matter of weeks, so it's not going to be long, but we'll come back to you shortly with updated timelines around when we'll be sort of having that hard launch. Yeah, thank you. One of the things we can do with better photos is we can have actually better products as well. So one of the things we've been working on is a larger card tiles, right? So you can see from here the images below have larger photos, and from a consumer point of view are far more engaging, right? So again, it's making sure the consumer is engaged, which will ultimately mean in more conversions and more leads for agents. One of the other things we've been working on is Spotlight. It's a product called Spotlight. I think one of the challenges, as I mentioned, we have 160, 170,000 listings here in Singapore. So I think one of the challenges is, agents are constantly looking for ways to basically have your listing stand out. And we want to help you capture the attention of property seekers, which is why we've launched Spotlight. So I think this is a fantastic new product that really does allow you to showcase your listing. So again, you can add a headline to the listing. It's obviously got a larger results tile. It's got an image carousel, so the consumer can see the images of the listing without actually clicking into the detailed listings page. It's got a border to stand out. There's also a profile photo. I think one of the things we see when we look at images that are being uploaded currently, agents are looking to brand themselves, and we understand why you want to do that. I think a product like Spotlight is fantastic because it does allow you as the agent to brand yourself within the listing. And finally, the listing has a direct contact, right? So rather than having to click through on the listing, you can actually, WhatsApp or call the agent directly, again, which will really help conversion. So I think this is a product we've launched in the last 2-3 weeks. Very excited about the initial uptake from agents and looking forward to seeing this product grow. I think, as Alicia mentioned, we've got a few lucky dips, lucky draws today. Be sure to check out the Spotlight booth that's outside the auditorium today, so you can learn more about this new feature. I'd just like to end by saying thank you. Thank you for being here. I know your time is very valuable. We are very excited about what 2019 has in store for PropertyGuru and beyond. So I'd say, thank you again for being here, and let's look forward to a future of possibilities. Thank you.